Okay, so I was trying to figure out how to get like a mirror image, and I couldn't. So this is what you're stuck with. Yeah. So I couldn't figure out how to get mirror image. So it's just gonna be backwards. Okay. It says safe haven. So go with the flow. Okay. Just go with the flow. Okay, guys. Okay. So Safe Haven, the book, amazing. If you've read it, you would know, amazing. But I totally just lost my train of thought. Okay. The book and the movie, I have to say, go pretty well hand in hand. There are some things that are different, and we all know the book's always better. So if you haven't read the book, you should get it. You can get it on audiobook like I did. I am a big fan of audiobook, but I am a big fan of the ebook and real books too. I love Nicholas Sparks. I am on a mission to read every single one of his books since I found out about him. I have read a majority of them, but I have every single one of the books that I haven't read yet. They're in my stack, and we will be getting reviews of all of those eventually on here. I'm reading 3 Weeks with My Brother as we speak, like right now. It is so good. You would think like an autobiographical book sorry, wouldn't be all that great, but it is really amazing. I love it. So if you haven't read that one, you should totally read it. And I will give a review when I'm finished with it, even though this is like a pre-spoiler to that, because it's absolutely amazing. But what was I saying? I'm totally ADD right now. Sorry. Oh yeah. Safe Haven. Great book. Really, really great book. Okay. My complaint between the book and the movie is, oh, by the way, the movie just came out like last week or something. I don't know. Pre-ordered it and got it last week, so I guess it came out last week. Okay. I am really tired. Very different. Okay. One of my favorite parts in the book, in the book was where like the house or like the store or whatever, it was like a store slash house, I think. I remember, it's been a while since I read the book, but it was like on fire because her crazy husband set it on fire because in his mind that made sense. I don't know, he wanted to kill her because like if he couldn't have her, nobody could, basically. You know how they say, if I can't have her, then nobody can, you know, that sort of thing. So he, like, both of the guy's kids were in the house with her in the book, and he sets it on fire, and she's in there with them. But in the movie, like, the boy is with his dad, and the little girl is in the house with her, and, like, he breaks in, he's talking to her, blah, 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 and they come outside, and she tries to talk him down, and she's like, okay, leave, I'm done with you, we're not having this. And he, like, seems to leave, but then, like, she sees him pouring the gasoline onto the place, and she comes out there, and she's like, oh no, take me home, and stuff like that. And then he's like, okay, I'll take you home, and, like, she pushes it into the water, and something happens. I don't remember what happens, but something happens, and the place catches on fire, and then, like, they struggle outside, and the kid's still inside. But in, like, the book, all three of them are still inside, and, like, they have to jump out the window, and there's more, like, of a struggle. Like, she gets out, she gets the kids out, and then, like, there's a struggle over the gun like there is in the movie, and all that happens. But then it's like more, to me it felt like the book was more suspenseful. Like, it had so much more detail, and if they had held more true to the book, then it would have made that part more enjoyable for me, because it was like one of my most favorite parts. I was just like, I kept reading. You just kept reading because you wanted to find out, is she going to die? Because like in Nicholas Sparks books, someone always dies. Like no matter what, someone always dies. So you're just like, is she gonna die? Is he gonna die? What's gonna happen? So you just like keep reading. But then it was so anticlimactic in the movie. You're just like, that was nowhere near as good as the book. Like, it's not, like, you know how like some people, I'm this way, like when I read a book, I'm playing the movie in my head. So it really makes movies based on books very unenjoyable. But so it's just like not the movie that I pictured, like not the scene that I pictured for that part of the book. So I just felt like they could have done so much better for that part. It was very saddening for me. But anyways, I guess that's it. I don't know what else to say about it. If you have any questions about it, if you should watch it, my answer is yes, no matter who you are, because it's amazing. And if you've never read a Nicholas Sparks book, you can start with Safe Haven if you would like, because it was really good, and I don't think it had any prequels to it. But if you've never read The Notebook, you should read it, and then read The Wedding directly afterwards, because The Wedding is the sequel to The Notebook. And I loved The Notebook, but The Wedding was amazing. I love that book so much more than The Notebook. And I wish that they could make a movie for it, but the way they made The Notebook at the end of The Notebook, how The Notebook ended, and if you've seen it, you know how it ends. You know who dies at the end in the movie, but that's not who dies at the end of the book. Anyways, anywho's and how. Yeah, like it confused me because, like, when I read The Wedding, I was like, I had seen the movie. No, I don't. Well, yeah, I do. I had seen the movie not too long ago, and I'm like, wait, don't they both die? Because, like, in The Wedding, okay, so like at the end of The Notebook, both of the old people die, right? Or just the way it makes you seem like they both die, like they die in each other's arms or whatever. But in the book, the woman dies. Cause like in The Wedding, the sequel to The Notebook, cause he's still living and he's in the story, he's like in a nursing home or whatever, and all that stuff. But it was like, it's so good. So I definitely recommend The Wedding, but you need to read The Notebook before you read it. So this was supposed to be all about Safe Haven, and I made it about The Notebook and The Wedding. And those aren't even my favorites. I'm gonna have to have just a Nicholas Sparks video about my faves, because I absolutely love him. Like, I will read every single one of the books that he puts out, and like there's only him and Sarah Dessen that I'm going to read every single one of the books. I am, however, getting into Stephen King, so there will be some Stephen King reviews on here too. I like it. I like all genres. I'm a very flexible person. Well, Safe Haven, watch it, read it, all that good stuff. See you next Friday.